Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Fauzi Zakir from Department of Pharmaceutics, Faculty of Pharmacy, Jamia Hamdard. Today we are going to discuss about the module Advances in Transdermal Drug Delivery Systems from paper Novel Drug Delivery System 1. So students, let us see what we are going to learn in this module. We will start with introduction to the advances in transdermal drug delivery. Then we will follow up to liposomes, its advantages, disadvantages, and their various methods of preparation. We will then discuss about ethosomes, its benefits and limitations. We'll then move on to transferosomes and its formulating ingredients. Finally, we will discuss the various types of liposomes and its advantages. The enhancement of drug permeation to the human skin is a real challenge without or with minimal disruption or irritation to the skin layer. As already discussed, the permeation of therapeutic agent through the skin has been enhanced by using various techniques like physical methods or chemical enhancers. The important among them being iontophoresis, sonophoresis, microneedles, etc. The problem with these enhancers is the patient compliance, and also they lead to skin disruption or allergic reaction causing skin irritation, itching, or even pruritus. The above problems could be redressed by using different techniques to enhance delivery of drugs through the skin, which may include liposomes, ethosomes, niosomes, and transferosomes. These systems can be used as such for transdermal delivery of drugs. However, the incorporation of chemical enhancers or using physical penetration enhancer techniques can certainly add to the advantage for transdermal drug delivery by these systems. The advantage of using vesicular drug delivery system is because the surface of the skin as well as its different layers get hardly exposed to the drug, because the drug mostly remains inside the vesicle of the system, which is important in case of drugs to be transported in the systemic circulation.
The actual mechanism by which vesicular systems penetrate the skin layers is unknown. However, four general mechanisms have been suggested by which the vesicular systems cross skin layer boundary. The first mechanism is the entire drug-loaded vesicle penetrating the different layers of the skin. Another strategy which has been discovered by the scientists is the vesicles acting as a permeation promoters by the property of fluidizing lipids. Thirdly, there is a direct exchange of drug from the vesicle into the skin layers by the phenomenon of collision complex transfer, in which drug intercalated in the lipid bilayer is transported into the stratum corneum. Transporting vesicles through appendages including hair follicles and sweat glands is the fourth mechanism which have been known for the penetration of vesicular systems through the skin. The novel vesicular systems, with the application of nanotechnology, can do wonders in the transdermal drug delivery design. These systems have the potential to bypass the resistance offered by the skin barrier, especially the dead stratum corneum layer. The vesicular systems are made of concentric biomolecular layers to encapsulate both polar and non-polar drugs and deliver the same into the systemic circulation. The slide in front of you depicts the diagrammatic representation of vesicular systems showing entrapment of drugs. The various vesicular systems are liposomes, ethosomes, transferosomes, and niosomes. Liposomes as transdermal drug delivery systems. Liposomal systems have been used to deliver drugs across epidermis and dermis layers of the skin with ease. The important ingredient of the liposomes is being steroid, that is cholesterol, manipulates the characteristics of the skin bilayer by increasing its fluidity, hence enhancing the permeability as well. The important factor for the liposomes to be used is in drug delivery systems is their size and morphology. The size and morphology of the liposomes can be controlled by the composition of ingredients used, types of encapsulating agent, and the methods of preparation involved. On the basis of size, liposomes can be divided into small unilamellar vesicles, large unilamellar vesicles, and multilamellar vesicles. Small unilamellar vesicles are composed of an aqueous core surrounded by the single lipid bilayer, whereas large unilamellar vesicles are similar to small unilamellar vesicles with the difference that LUVs is comparatively larger in size. On the other hand, multilamellar vesicles are vesicles in which the aqueous core is surrounded by the multiple lipid bilayers. The composition of liposomes includes steroids, that is cholesterol, lipid mixture, and water. Electrolytes are often added to increase isotonicity and promote lipid bilayer formation by phospholipids. The amphipathic nature of the phospholipids make them able to form bilayer. Liposomes were earlier used on the skin for their moisturizing and restorative reasons, but now the liposomes have gained the potential to be used in transdermal drug delivery because of the presence of phospholipids and steroids like cholesterol, which act as penetration enhancers and facilitate the delivery across the skin layers. The most resistant layer of the skin to the exogenous substances is the stratum corneum. The phospholipids and cholesterol present in the liposomes have been found to destabilize the lipid matrix stratum corneum and allow the drug to cross the skin layers. Since the drug is present in the vesicular system in liposomes, hence controlled or delayed release can be incurred, which will help in formulating the medications in liposomes for chronic diseases. Liposomes have been used to deliver different drugs, including diclofenac, varenicline, triamcinolone, beta-histidine, tetracaine, etc. As already discussed, liposomal drug delivery is much dependent on its size and morphology. Liposomes of 600 nanometer or less have been found to cross skin easily. However, liposomes of 1 microns or more remain interiorized in the dead layer of skin, that is stratum corneum, and don't cross it. The liposomes of larger size have been found to flow back from the stratum corneum to outside. The liposomes with larger size of nearly 1 micron can penetrate the skin layer through the hair follicles or sebaceous glands and may aid substantially in transdermal drug delivery. Hair follicles contribute a large space to accommodate comparatively larger vesicles with their invagination from epidermis covering deep into the dermis. The various methods for the preparation of liposomes are liquid hydration method, solvent spherule method, solvent injection method, detergent removal method, reverse phase evaporation method, calcium induced fusion method, microfluidization method, and freeze thaw method. Now we will discuss each of these methods in brief. Liquid hydration method. In this method, a solution of lipid is taken and it is evaporated, which leaves a film in the vessel on complete evaporation of the solvent. The film is then hydrated with the solvent. The solution so resulted is subjected to centrifugal force, which produces liposomes. Solvent spherule method. This method produces liposomes of uniform size distribution. It is achieved by the use of lipid dissolved hydrophobic solvent dispersed in the aqueous solvent. Solvent injection method comprises of two steps, ether infusion method or ethanol injection method. In case of ether infusion method, a lipid solution is prepared by dissolving it in diethyl ether or ethanol. This solution is then injected into the aqueous solution of material to be incorporated under reduced pressure and at a temperature of 55 to 60 degrees Celsius. In case of ethanol injection method, the ethanolic solution of lipid is injected rapidly into excess of buffer solution, and thus liposomes will be formed. But so formed liposomes will have a wide range of heterogeneity of 30 to 110 nanometer. The next method is detergent removal method, where detergents are prepared at their critical micellar concentration to solubilize the lipids. Once the lipids are solubilized, the detergent is evaporated by dialysis or by gel chromatography or other methods. Reverse phase evaporation method. A water and oil emulsion is prepared by a brief sonication of two mediums. The organic phase is subjected to high pressure to remove it. It results in the formation of a viscous gel. The liposomes will be formed when the residual solvent is evaporated with the reduced pressure under continuous rotary evaporation. We can achieve appreciably high encapsulation efficiency of about 65%. With modified reverse phase evaporation method, the encapsulation efficiencies can be increased to approximately 80%. Calcium-induced fusion method. In this method, calcium is added to small unilamellar vesicles, which will cause fusion of layers and will result in multilamellar spiral configuration. When ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid is added to it, it will result in the formation of large unilamellar vesicles. Microfluidization method. Multilamellar vesicles are allowed to pass through microfluidizer at an inlet pressure of 40 psi, and they are allowed to repeat the cycling for 25 minutes or more. This procedure will result in the formation of small lamellar vesicles. The last method is freeze-thaw method. The small unilamellar vesicles are subjected to rapid freezing and then allowed for slow thawing. This leads to the formation of large unilamellar vesicles due to fusion of the small unilamellar vesicles. The basic methodology for the preparation of liposomes involves four basic stages. The first stage is drying down lipids from organic solvent, followed by dispersing the lipid in aqueous media. The lipid is then purified to form the resultant liposome. Finally, the final product is analyzed. Liposome delivery system in transdermal delivery has a number of advantages and disadvantages. The benefits of liposomes are: liposomes increase efficacy and therapeutic index of the drug. For example, research have shown that it was successful in improving the same for actomycin D. Liposomes increased stability via encapsulation. Liposomes are non-toxic, flexible, biocompatible, completely biodegradable, and non-immunogenic for systemic and non-systemic administration. Further, they reduce the toxicity of the encapsulating agent. For example, this has been proved in case of amphotericin B and Taxol. Liposomes help in reducing the exposure of sensitive tissues to toxic drugs, since the drug is released in a controlled manner. Finally, there is flexibility with respect to site-specific ligands to achieve active targeting. In spite of these benefits, the liposomes also suffer from certain predicaments, such as there is low solubility of the drug, the short half-life. The half-life of the drug encapsulated in liposome is very small. Sometimes phospholipid undergoes oxidation and hydrolysis-like reaction. Leakage and fusion of encapsulated drugs and molecules is possible, which results in stability problems. The production cost is very high. Ethosomes. Ethosomes are another important noble vesicular systems which can deliver drugs into the deeper layers of the skin. The composition of ethosomes comprise phospholipids with larger concentration of alcohol or ethanol, that is 20 to 50%, accompanied with water. Ethanol is separately used as penetration enhancer, which acts by increasing the partitioning of the drug into the membrane. Hence, presence of ethanol in ethosomes can offer synergism for the penetration of drugs deep into the skin layers. The added advantage of using ethanol is that it incurs softness in the vesicles, thus promoting them to reach into the deeper layers of the skin. Since ethosomes contain phospholipids which have been used itself as penetration enhancers. Therefore, they can be used in transdermal drug delivery. The phospholipids have got the property that they fuse with the lipid bilayers present in the stratum corneum, which enhances the partitioning of the encapsulated drug. The phospholipids also act by the mechanism that they disrupt the ordered lipid bilayer of the stratum corneum. Certain excipients which are used for the formulation are ethosomes are depicted in the table in front of you. Various excipients such as phospholipids, alcohols, polyglycols, steroids, dyes and vehicles are used. Soya phosphatidylcholine and egg phosphatidylcholine are examples of phospholipids which are used as vesicle forming component. Alcohols such as ethanol, isopropyl alcohol are used for providing the softness for vesicle membrane as well as they act as penetration enhancers. Polyglycols such as propylene glycol and trans-ketols act as skin penetration enhancers, whereas steroids such as cholesterol are used for providing stability to vesicle membrane. Characterization study of ethosomes is possible by using various dyes such as rhodamine 1,2,3, rhodamine red, 6-carboxyfluorescence and fluorosin isothiocyanate. The viscosity of the ethosomes can be increased by incorporating suitable gelling agents such as carbabols. The size of vesicles plays an important role in their penetration. Ethosomes can be prepared in a very small size range as minimum as 30 nanometer. The use of ethanol has been found to decrease the size of ethosomes, and there is an inverse relation between the quantity of ethanol used and the size of ethosomes obtained. Vesicles of size less than or equal to 300 nanometer have been found to reach to some extent into the skin layers. However, those with the size of less than 70 nanometer could deliver the maximum contents from the vesicles both in the viable epidermal and dermal layers of the skin. Some applications of ethosomal drug formulations are depicted in the table in front of you. Poor permeation property of acyclovir have been improved by using ethosomal delivery systems, and it has been successfully used for the treatment of herpes labialis. Similarly, better skin permeation of ammonium glycerinate, fluconazole and methotrexate have been achieved by using ethosomes. Azelaic acid, pacitresin, cannabinol are examples of ethosomal formulations which are used for the treatment of acne, antibacterial and treatment of rheumatoid arthritis. Similarly, other ethosomal formulations have been used for the treatment of genetic disorders, hypertension, pain management, candidiasis, diabetes, psoriasis, baldness, anti-asthmatic medications, treatment of Parkinson's disease and HIV. Ethosomal formulations have a number of advantages when they are used in transdermal drug delivery. Ethosomes enhance permeation of the drug through the skin, and they can be used as transdermal and dermal delivery. Ethosomes are platforms for the delivery of large and diverse groups of drugs such as proteins, peptide molecules. Ethosomal systems are much more efficient at delivering fluorescent probe to the skin in terms of quantity and depth. Ethosomal formulations also show low risk profile. The technology has no large-scale drug development risk as the toxicological profiles of the ethosome components are well documented in the scientific literature. High patient compliance have been observed in case of ethosomal formulations. The ethosome drugs are administered in semi-solid form, that is gel or cream, producing high patient compliance. In contrast, iontophoresis and phonophoresis are relatively complicated to use, which will affect patient compliance. High market attractiveness of products with proprietary technology is an added advantage. It is relatively simple to manufacture with no complicated technical investments required for the production of ethosomes. The ethosome systems are passive, non-passive, and available for immediate commercialization. It has a number of applications and can be used in pharmaceutical, veterinary, as well as cosmetic fields.
Now we will discuss transferosomes. Transferosomes are ultra-deformable vesicles and have got the property that they are elastic in nature. Transferosomes were first introduced in the 90s by the scientist Gregor Civic. Transferosomes is highly stress-responsive aggregate complex vesicle in which aqueous compartment is surrounded by the composite lipid bilayer. Transferosomal membrane is highly flexible, deformable, and adaptable, allowing them to penetrate through the pores having diameter less than the vesicle itself, as it can easily squeeze and get through. The highly flexible property of transferosome is achieved by the combination of two components present in the formulation, that is, phospholipids and biosurfactants. Transferosomes are different from other vesicles in that it is incorporated with an edge activator which provides elasticity to the vesicles. The edge activator is embedded in the lipid bilayer. The transferosomes are therefore composed of phosphatidylcholine, which incorporates sodium cholate and comparatively small concentrations of ethanol. Transferosomes are applied to the skin and have been found to pass through the stratum corneum by the mechanism of hydration or osmotic force in the lipid lamellar regions. Transferosomes have the ability to cross the viable epidermis and dermis through stratum corneum intact and release the therapeutic agent inside the systemic circulation. Transferosome application has revealed that the intact vesicle was observed within the stratum corneum in the lipid bilayer, which could be possible due to incorporation of an edge activator into the lipid bilayer structure.
Advantages of transferosomes. Transferosomes can deform and pass through narrow constriction without measurable loss. It has been reported that they can constrict to approximately 5 to 10 times less than their own diameter. They have high entrapment efficiency. In case of lipophilic drugs, the entrapment efficiency has been reported to be approximately 90%. The high deformability gives better penetration of intact vesicles. Transferosomes can act as a carrier for low as well as high molecular weight drugs, for example analgesics, anesthetics, corticosteroids, sex hormones, anticancers, insulins, gap junction proteins and albumins. Transferosomes possess an infrastructure consisting of hydrophobic and hydrophilic moieties together, and as a result can accommodate drug molecules with wide range of solubility. In addition, they can act as depot, releasing their contents slowly and gradually. Transferosomes can be used for both systemic as well as topical delivery of drug. Transferosome delivery systems are biocompatible and biodegradable as they are made from natural phospholipids similar to liposomes. Furthermore, they protect the encapsulated drug from metabolic degradation. Above all, transferosomes are easy to scale up. As a procedure, it is simple, do not involve lengthy procedure and unnecessary use or pharmaceutically unacceptable additives. Like all delivery systems, transferosomes also suffer from certain predicaments. Transferosomes are chemically unstable because of their predisposition to oxidative degradation. Purity of natural phospholipids is another criteria militating against adoption of transferosomes as drug delivery vehicles. Transferosome formulations are also excessive, making transferosome formulations are also expensive, making it a cost prohibitive formulation. Various formulation additives which are used in transferosomes are phospholipids, surfactants, alcohols, buffering agents and dyes. Soya phosphatidylcholine and egg phosphatidylcholine are examples of phospholipids which are used as vesicle-forming components. Surfactants such as sodium cholate, sodium deoxycholate, Twin 80 and Span 80 are added for providing flexibility to the transferrosome membrane. Ethanol and methanol are added as a solvent. Buffers such as saline phosphate buffer or pH 6.4 is used as a hydrating medium. When transferosomes are intended for confocal laser scanning microscopy, certain dyes can be used. Certain dyes can be encapsulated in transferosomes. For example, rhodamine 123, fluorescein, DHPE, and Nile red. Transferosomes are the vesicles which can carry the drug and other therapeutic agents in the range of small molecules up to the peptides, proteins, DNA, hormones, vaccines, etc. with their successful delivery into the blood circulation. Proteins and peptides, being large biogenic molecules, are very difficult to get transported into the body because they get completely metabolized in the GIT before they reach the circulation. However, transferosomes have got the ability to transport large size molecules. For example, insulin has been successfully encapsulated in the transferosome known as transfersulin and easily delivered in the body when applied to the skin. Transfersulin has been found to deliver similar amounts of insulin as subcutaneous injection and hence making it more convenient. Interferons like INF-alpha is a naturally occurring leukocytic derivative interferon protein which has got antiviral, antiproliferative and some immunomodulatory action has successfully been encapsulated in the transferosome. Transferosomes have been used for the controlled delivery of drugs because of their flexible nature as they are transferred in the systemic circulation intact where they release the therapeutic agent. This property makes the transferosomes to increase the stability of the labile drugs. Transferosomes have also got an application for transdermal delivery of immunization proteins like integral membrane proteins, human serum proteins, and gap junction proteins. Corticosteroids delivered by transferosomes are biologically active in very low concentrations as compared to when delivered by other formulations.
Now let us move on to the concept of niosomes. Niosomes are vesicles composed of non-ionic surface active agent bilayers which serve as novel drug delivery systems. Niosomes are macroscopic in size and their size lies in the nanometric scale. Niosomes are formed on the admixture of non-ionic surfactant of the alkyl or dialkyl polyglycerol ether class and cholesterol with subsequent hydration in the aqueous media. Niosomes may be unilamellar or multilamellar depending on the method used to prepare them. The niosome is made of a surfactant bilayer and its hydrophilic ends exposed on the outside and inside of the vesicle while hydrophobic chains face each other within the bilayer. Hence, the vesicle holds hydrophilic drugs within the space enclosed in the vesicle while the hydrophobic drugs are embedded within the bilayer itself. The application of niosomal technology is widely varied and can be used to treat a number of diseases. One of the most useful aspects of niosomes is their ability to target vaccines and drugs to the reticuloendothelial system. The reticuloendothelial system preferentially takes up the niosomal vesicles. The uptake of niosomes is controlled by circulating serum factors called opsonins, which mark the niosomes for clearance while delivering the cargo to the antigen-presenting cells. Localization of drugs encapsulated in niosomes is utilized to treat tumors known to metastasize to the liver and spleen. This localization of drugs can also be used for treating parasitic infection of liver like leishmaniasis. Niosomes can also be used for targeting drugs to organs other than the reticuloendothelial system. A carrier system, such as antibodies, can be attached to the niosomes, as immunoglobulins can bind readily to the lipid surface of the niosomes. These systems can be used to target them to specific organs. Many cells also possess the intrinsic ability to recognize and bind specific carbohydrate determinants, and this can be exploited by niosomes to direct carrier system to particular cells. Niosomes can alter the metabolism, prolong circulation, and half-life of a drug, thus decreasing the side effects of that drug. Niosomal entrapment of doxorubicin and methotrexate in two separate studies have shown beneficial effects over unentrapped drugs. These benefits include decreased rate of proliferation of the tumor and higher plasma levels accompanied by slower elimination.
Various types of niosomes are proniosomes and proniosomes, asparsomes, and vesicle. Various types of niosomes are proniosomes, asparsomes, vesicles in water and oil system, deformable niosomes. Proniosomes. Proniosomes are dry granular vesicle that forms niosome only after hydration. Proniosomes are prepared by mixing the surfactant, alcohol, and aqueous phase, which produces concentrated proniosome gel. This gel is diluted with water to produce instantly the stable niosome formulation. Asparsomes. Asparsomes are the vesicles composed of a mixture of ascorbyl palmitate, cholesterol, and lipid diacetyl phosphate, which is highly charged. Niosomes are obtained by first hydrating the asparsomes with aqueous solution and then sonication. Asparsomes are obtained by first hydrating the niosomes with aqueous solution and then sonication. The ingredients of asparsomes are themselves separately used as penetration enhancers, hence the vesicular structure of asparsome gets added advantage of its ingredients in achieving synergism for their transdermal delivery. Asparsomes have their intrinsic antioxidant property, hence they prevent the reactive oxygen species to cause any disorders in the system. Vesicles in water in oil system. This system is prepared by dispersing niosome vesicles in the water, and the resulting niosome vesicular aqueous suspension is emulsified in the oil phase at 60 degrees Celsius to produce vesicle in water in oil emulsion. This emulsion is subjected to cooling at room temperature to produce gel, that is vesicle in water in oil gel. The prepared gel has the ability to entrap drug from the aqueous drug solution or suspension, which are otherwise susceptible to enzymatic degradation like peptides and proteins. This system has also got the advantage to produce controlled drug release from the delivery system. Deformable liposomes. Niosomes with elastic nature are also known as deformable liposomes. Niosomes with elastic nature are also known as deformable niosomes. These vesicular systems are elastic in nature and are prepared from the mixture of non-ionic surfactants, ethanol, and water. As shown in the diagram in front of you, deformable niosomes have got high penetration efficiency as they can squeeze and cross the pores in the stratum corneum of diameter even 1/10 of the size of the vesicles. Now we will discuss the various advantages of niosomes. Niosomes are biocompatible, biodegradable, non-toxic, and non-immunogenic in nature. They have got the ability to accommodate large amount of therapeutic moiety in small volume, which can be attributed to its flexible deformable property. Niosomes have got better patient compliance, adherence, and satisfaction as compared to conventional oily preparations. Similar to liposomes, Niosomes can encapsulate wide variety of therapeutic agents, including hydrophilic, lipophilic, as well as amphiphilic drugs. The characteristics of niosomes in terms of size, shape, fluidity can be manipulated easily by altering structural composition of method of preparation and production. The various vesicular systems which we have discussed in this module have a number of advantages. Vesicular systems employed in transdermal drug delivery systems avoid first pass metabolism. These systems can be used by adding ligands. These systems can be used for targeted drug delivery by adding ligands. These systems help to formulate extended and predictable duration of action. Vesicular systems can be used to minimize the undesirable side effects which otherwise occur when the drug comes in contact to the skin. Vesicular systems in transdermal drug delivery can be explored for their utility in using short half-life drugs. These systems can also improve physiological and pharmacological response. Vesicular systems can be used for chronic diseases, and they can also be used as a transdermal patch where they can release medication for a longer duration of time. Transdermal vesicles can help in achieving sustained or controlled drug delivery systems. Vesicular systems are biocompatible and biodegradable, and hence they are not required to remove after a certain period of time. Above all, patient compliance can be incurred with the use of transdermal vesicular systems.
So students, let us summarize what we have learned in this module. So we have learned about the concept of transdermal drug delivery system, the various challenges which are faced in optimal designing of these delivery systems, the various carrier systems which are used in transdermal delivery systems such as liposomes, ethosomes, niosomes and transferosomes, along with their advantages, disadvantages and the various techniques of preparation. Thank you.